and we are off. All right, so quick rundown on the controls here as we run through the prologue. Madeline is able to jump, climb, and at the end of this, she'll be able to dash. She's going to use all these tools to try to navigate up the summit here. A few surprises along the way, and I'll talk about those as we move along. Prologue, nothing really too difficult here. Basically, you just have this crumbling bridge where you can fall down and fall to your death. During a casual playthrough, there will be a lot of deaths. Hopefully there won't be that many this time, but especially with the caliber of both of these runners, any death could result in a lead change here. So we've got both runners finishing up prologue here. I think we have a sync also going. All right, so we're moving into City. City is a great opportunity to showcase some of the tech that you're going to see throughout this entire run. Be sure to not blink because it is very short. We're going to see some hypers, some ultras, some corner boosts, some wall bounces. All right, so let's get this going here. And again, it's very straightforward. And if you've been following the tournament, I'm pretty sure you're all familiar with the rooms here. There's nothing really too worrisome for this first chapter. Maybe a trick coming up here where they're going to do a reverse hyper to clear this room here. Both of them get it very nicely done. Oh my gosh, this is like super in sync. This is so dope already. And then we'll see a corner boost here shortly as well, coming up in 2 screens. All right, so TGH is the first one there. He gets it. Msushi opting not to take it, which is still fine. Right on his heels. As both runners here are making their way through. All right, we're getting near the end here. There's a few more screens. And again, you know, spikes are starting to implement themselves into the levels. We're going to see some nice spike jumps here. We've got one from Msushi and one from TGH on both sides. And they're making their way up to the final place here. Both runners, oh my gosh, clocking in at 1:49 altogether. Again, we are following in-game timer here, folks, which are going to be located in those cassettes. So that is what will determine who will be the winner of this race. All right, we're moving into chapter 2 here. Old Sight. So again, a pretty straightforward chapter. We're going to get a nice mechanic here with these dream blocks. Also a nice little bug there where if you skip the cutscene, it's possible to get trapped inside that dream block. Both runners doing that very well. With these dream blocks, you basically go into a single direction until you pop out. If you collide with another object while inside, that results in a death. So runners have to be very careful with their approach. And then also we have Miss Battle in here. She basically is going to be mimicking each runner's moves on a 3-second delay there. You see TGH actually getting a little ahead of himself in grabbing a wall, but able to recover nicely, not resulting in any deaths or anything like that. But yeah, so as Madeline is traversing through this portion, she has to be very careful to make sure to not cross paths with Madeline. And unfortunately, the game puts you in a few situations like this one where you actually have to navigate and get away. Both runners doing that very well as they enter the final room of the battle and chase here. It's a vertical drop. And again, we got this nice little like puzzle area here where you have to navigate both the blocks and those keys. Both runners again getting out scot-free as we head towards the home stretch here in the first part of Reflection. Or I'm sorry, Reflection. Oh, we are way ahead of ourselves. This is Old Sight. Hello. Alright, both runners getting in, and now they're moving into the awake portion. If you've seen the task, you know what the deal is here, but basically there are no hazards. This is all movement based. This is a really great showcase of the movement that is available in the game. And both runners handling it very well here. Getting some ultras there on TGH's screen. TGH clocking in at a 3:40 and Msushi at a 3:41, again a second behind. It is possible I was thinking of Resurrections, which is the song of Old Sight. Alright, we are moving into my favorite chapter. Also, one of the big turning points so far in the game itself. Chapter 3 is considerably longer than both the first 2 chapters, and the difficulty definitely takes an upturn. We're going to see the introduction of keys here, where they're basically used to unlock doors, and we have these dust bunnies as well. These guys, are on a quote-unquote cycle. I say that because they have a way when they enter the room and also when Madeline spawns, but due to Madeline spawning taking a little longer than normal, it changes the cycle. So in some situations, runners might actually leave and enter the room again to get the entry cycle versus the death cycle, and vice versa. So it really depends on the runner's preference. There are some times where you're not able to, just for example at the end of the chapter, where you can't leave. So we'll have to see how the runners will adapt if a death comes to mind. Also, we actually had some brand new tech that just, I think it's about 2-ish weeks old, maybe. You're hopefully going to be seeing it on either runner's screen in this chapter. It is called the Demo Dash. To briefly explain how this works, basically it's possible to shrink Madeline's hitbox with some precise controller inputs, and it's possible to actually get through a few of these barriers that you'll see towards the end of the run. So we'll see if both runners are going to go for it. I know TGH has done this in his runs. I'm not 100% sure about Msushi, but ideally it saves about 10 to 12 seconds depending on the runner, at the cost of not seeing the cool quad hyper room with the key in it. So we'll see how this pans out. Now, actually, Msushi with a slight lead here as we get to the second spike jump of the game. Msushi clocking in at 5:30, and actually TGH also clocking in at 5:30, so it is really close. As we move into the second portion of Huge Mess here, Msushi flying through. But again, as I said, any mistake is going to cost a lead change or just to fall behind. Both runners are very solid at running the early game and late game here, so it's just going to take, like, you know, button input error or something of the sort, something very minor. So we head into the last portion here. Again, nothing too tricky. We're going to see hopefully a cycle skip. And then we actually see alternate strats here in that room, with TGH taking the second pillar for his dash versus Msushi going for the first one. Both runners getting that cycle skip, and they hit in. We got, again, it's oh my gosh, it's really hard to tell. It's like dead even. All right, so we are heading into the elevator shaft portion. I had to think for a second. We're gonna see this lock switch room here, and they're gonna breeze through it. Starting off with a nice hype there. Nice. I think it's this long room here. Very interesting. Usually TGH, it's very interesting to see him walking. I'm wondering if nerves, he's feeling a little nervous. I mean, like, this is a tight race from both runners. Again, I believe, oh, we got demo dash opportunity here. Teach missing the first one, Msushi lining up. Both missing it. Teach gets it on the second try. Msushi, oh, almost got through. This is that breakout point that I was talking about, folks. The question is Msushi going to keep going for it, or is he going to turn around and actually go for the intended route? Nope, he gets it through. But now it's about a room's length apart from both runners. Woo! Again, that could be nerves coming into play, so anything is possible. And also, with Demo Dash being very new, some of these runners might have a few tricks up their sleeves. They might actually do a Demo Dash somewhere else that I'm not familiar with. But we are heading into the Oshiro portion of the fight here. And this is what I was talking about earlier, where if you die, you don't get the opportunity to change the cycle, because you're basically stuck in this room. Oshiro is just trying to eat you, basically. That's pretty much the nuts and bolts of this here. What's going to happen, he's going to line himself up and shoot a bolt of lightning and then dash across the screen, as you see on Msushi's screen there. And, you know, the hotel's just not happy that you're trying to... But TGH is out, clocking in at 8:13. The Demo Dash seeming to haunt Msushi in game one here. Now, the thing is, he could turn around and opt to go the original route, but since Tej got the Demo Dash, that's still a 10 to 12 second loss. So, again, the caliber of these racers, I feel that you have to go for the Demo Dash. Like, you have to go for it. But we're moving into Golden Bridge. Not my favorite chapter, to be quite honest with you. The reason being is that there is a lot of opportunities to save time, but it's Oh my gosh, he's flying through. He took my words out of my mouth. Oh my goodness. This blazes to the first portion of Golden Ridge here. But yes, with Golden Ridge, each room has the opportunity to just save minute amount of time here and there with just a bunch of little tricks. There are a few rooms where we have some skips, most notably the auto-scrollers. The huge risk reward behind that is if you make a mistake, you're looking to lose about 6 to 7 seconds depending on the runner. Alright, so TGH is flying through this right now, extending his lead just a little bit here, but Msushi hot on his trail. Again, a death anywhere. Notably here, we're in the first auto-scroller. We're going to see what TGH is going to go for. Ultra, bunny hop, or regular. He's going for the Ultra, and he gets it. Msushi about one screen behind. So we'll see what strat he's going to go for. As TGH is going to continue to move forward here. I see an Ultra strat coming, and he gets it. Nice. Alright, so now we got more wind coming up here. But again, this level is not as long as 3. It's like in between 2 and 3. But there's a lot of trouble coming ahead. Most notably, our favorite friends, the snowballs. You thought Ashira was a pain in the butt? Just wait. And he's moving to the second auto-scroller skip here. Or, well, it's not really a skip. Basically what you're going to do is instead of writing that out, you're going to hyper off and then dash up. And he nails it here. Getting ready for the cliff face portion here, about a screen away. Msushi handling in that same auto-scroller skip here. Right, TGH is in the clear. So now here's the cliff face portion. On TGH's screen, you're going to see that the winds are at a very high pace. It is literally impossible to move forward if you're just walking. So runners and players alike are going to have to use their dash to navigate through this portion. And we have the snowballs here. Basically, they're going to try to follow you, similar to Oshiro, but instead of going left to right, they come right to left. And it's just harder as you get to the end of the screen because you don't have as much time to react. But the rooms have been routed so that you can basically get away scot-free. You might have to do a little bit of a touch and go there, as we saw on Msushi's screen, but TGH moving along here. Get in the final screen here. We got a bunch of these green bubbles, which I failed to mention is basically like a dash in itself, but you can choose which direction to go in. TGH finishing at 11:02. Msushi, again, not far behind at all, so it looks to be he's going to get about 15 seconds. 15 seconds behind here as we move into the Mirror Temple. Alright, so the Mirror Temple has these cool dash blocks. Well, when you perform a dash, they automatically move on a trajected path there. Red bubbles now, similar to the green ones, except they keep going until you dash out or they collide with an object. Oh, nice movement there from TGH. We got these like little blade things that look like those Legend of Zelda enemies from the first game. And basically they just kind of slide back and forth, similar to the Dust Bunnies that we've had. Alright, Teach getting to the first checkpoint here. We're going to see what has been dubbed the Yeet. Let's see if he goes for it here. Oh, actually misses it. Quickly changing pace. It's going to give Msushi an opportunity to save a little bit of time if he can nail it here. Also missing it too. Oh man. The nerves are setting in, folks. Again, it's a high stakes race here. The winner of this is going to go against the winner of Tagerson and Psyched. So it's pretty close. So again, we're nearing the end of the tournament. Here we have Flutterby in the upper portion of the bracket that is just waiting for these racers to finish each other off. But they still have, let's see, 5 left in the tournament. So as I mentioned, we've got Msushi and TGH, we have Tagerson and Psyched, and then Oddbot, who will be waiting in the lower final. But TGH getting to the Seeker tutorial room here. Actually, Msushi's might have caught up a little bit. We'll see as we head into the Unraveling section. I believe it's Unraveling. If I'm wrong, my bad. Basically, we're going to see these Seekers try to ruin Madeline's day by beelining at her. We're going to see some cool tech too, like this nice spike jump here and a boost from TGH's screen. And we got these switches that we're going to have to open up these locks. Alright, so here are our friends, the Seekers. Basically, they hone in on you, and they come out of beeline. They have the ability to trigger these lock coins. TGH missing one of the markers there. Oh, this is the opportunity for Msushi to catch up. Able to make quick work of that. Oh, nice. Hitting them 2 for 1 there. TGH on the final screen here. I was rolling in the back of his head. So confused at the movement that TGH is putting on. Same with Msushi. My gosh, leave the Seekers alone, boys. Alright, so we are moving into search. And search skip is over before I can even explain it. Basically, you have the opportunity to perform a reverse hyper to save about a minute or two. If you're looking to run this game, this is the very first skip that you want to learn, hands down. So both runners doing it like it's nobody's business. And now we got this going along here, going into the Theo section here. Oh, Msushi getting caught up there. Alright, now we are in the Theo section. Basically, you are going to have to carry Theo through a plethora of rooms with Seekers and switches and a whole bunch of other stuff. Unfortunately, while you're holding Theo, can't really move that well, but runners actually would to get a nice little boost, as we're seeing here on TGH. Also on MCG's. Actually, you don't want to ultra in that room because you'll just slam straight into a wall. But there's an ultra then on MCG's screen, and nice. Both runners get, wow, this is a fantastic pace from both runners. My goodness. Teej looking maybe to get like around a, actually I don't even know. He's at like 412 right now. I'm not sure about ILs or anything, but he's gonna clock in at, let me see. Oh, Msushi, come on. That Seeker's out for blood. Nice, gets away and sneaks the ultra in there to zoom through this final room. We have these like sound wave things that kind of push Madeline back, but it is nothing to these runners, let me tell you. Alright, so we're moving into reflection. Teej looks like he was at 1525. We got these golden feathers here, which are omnidirectional, which allows players to utilize their analog sticks to navigate through these portions here. Alright, Teej getting out. We're going to see a lake skip here. Misses it the first try. Oh, taking a death there. Oh, this is giving an opportunity to MCG to catch up. There you go, third time. Alright, nice. Still, I believe it's a 4-second save if you get it first try. And just like that, Msushi gets it. So this is definitely narrowed up. So basically here, if you're interested in the bit of the story, Madeline had a goof up and fell off the mountain. I'm not going to say how because I don't like to give spoilers out. But she's still determined to climb this mountain, so she's going to work her way back up. But Madeline from Chapter 2 is going to make another appearance, and we're going to see the super epic showdown here momentarily. Oh, nice movement from TGH there. Not having to wait for that Kevin block by activating that crumbling block a little early. Msushi doing that as well. Alright, so this section of reflection is somewhat of a quote-unquote maze. You're going to have the option of taking either a top route or a bottom route. For the most part, you're going to be taking the top route, except on one screen in particular. I believe TGH will opt to take the top portion, and possibly Msushi taking the bottom. We'll see. We got these breakable blocks here. Oh, Msushi missing the Kevin block there, unfortunately. It's just a little bit of a hiccup. He's still moving along very well. Hot on TGH's tail. This is a very impressive first race from both runners. Alright, so here's the room. TGH is going to go top route. And it's basically just a lot of these bumpers. It is faster, but it also is a lot more difficult. He makes it look like it's a piece of cake. Oh, Msushi also going for top route. Let's go. Oh, ooh, putting some swag on it too. Woo, hold on. Wait a minute. Saving some time there. Wow. Wow, that was nutty. All right, so we are heading into TJ's is going into the ravine portion here. But again, Msushi's just not letting up, dude. This is so crazy. So basically, on the ravine, we've got 3 developer-intended shortcuts here. The first 2, very self-explanatory. Last one, you gotta do a little bit of movement. TGH makes it look so easy. The big risk behind this is that if you die, you actually go all the way back to the top. Runners will opt for a checkpoint depending on their confidence in the area. But both runners definitely confident in their abilities and not opting to take that checkpoint there. As TGH gets on the biggest Kevin block on history, doing some swag. Whoa, buddy, slow down there. I'm trying to get ready for this battling boost. You're trying to jump, jive, and whale there. All right, well, he gets it done, and now he's in the battling portion. For the battling fight, the basic premise here is she's going to be shooting lasers and these homing orbs at Madeline. And to advance to each room, you basically need to make contact with Madeline over and over again. Now, this particular portion of the run is pretty optimized. So the big focus here from both runners is they just want to run their route as clean as possible and not die. And it's easier said than done, obviously, because some of these rooms get really long, and that can make or break a lot of stuff here. We'll see it in the second portion of the fight. But TGH moving along very well. Msushi also running along, getting a couple ultras there. I think Msushi now is, it looks like maybe 2 screens, 2 rooms behind. We'll see. And also, as I mentioned, with it being optimized, it's very difficult to try and catch up. Oh, TJ's taking a death there. It's going to give Sushi a little bit of breathing room. Yep. As TGH is leaving the screen, Msushi is now entering that same screen. So that was a huge opportunity for Msushi to catch up there. We'll see how things pan out here. Again, it's not over yet. Once we get out of Reflection, we hit the biggest and longest portion of the game. And anything can happen. Although I will say, just on my personal opinion, I feel that Summit is TGH's strongest chapter. I'm not 100% sure on Msushi. I do apologize for that too, but on the caliber of the run that he has, I think that his is going to be on par. So we're going to see a very explosive finish here for the first game. Alright, so now we're on the second portion of the battle and fight. It's the same thing, except we have these blocks that'll kind of like move up and down, trying to crush and or help Madeline get through, as you see there. Alright, so 2 screens out. Now, as we get into this, not this screen that's on TGH's side, but the next one that's coming up, we might see a cycle skip from the feather. It's going to be very risky. We'll see. Basically, it's possible to skip. That's going for it. He's going for it. With the bumper boost too. Nice. Teach is out. He's going to run into battle in here. Looking to be about 20 or 2058. So, and again, Msushi hot on his tail. We're going to see if he's also going to go for that cycle skip here. He's opting for it. Going for the bumper too. Nice. Nice job on both runners there with their reflections. So now, Madeline has leveled up, and she is awarded a second dash. So, we're going to utilize that in Summit. And as you'll see how the levels have somewhat changed. Alright, so we are heading into Summit right now. We might get a sync here, we'll wait and see. Basically, Summit is a recap of pretty much the entire game. We start out at where Reflection started, and then we're just going to revisit each portion of the levels that we had previously seen until we get to the Summit. So, but we're going to see a lot of remixes. Basically, levels are optimized to utilize the new dash that we have. But now TGH is moving along, and then Msushi now also in his Summit too. Again, just a few screens behind, but there's a lot of turmoil that can come up in here, most notably 1500, 2000, and of course 3000. You're going to want to keep tabs on those sections of the run because they are the more difficult ones, at least in my opinion. Oh my gosh, TGH just taking a fall there. TGH able to recover and move forward. He gets ready for the battle and alley-oop section, as I like to call this here. For this part, you're basically meeting up with battle in each portion. She's going to boost you up to the next spot and reset your dash. Alright, so we're getting to 1,000 meters here. We got our dream blocks back, and now you actually can hyper out of them since you have 2 dashes. You're going to see both runners optimized to do this on as much as possible, but it is also kind of risky because if you mess it up, it can result in death because they don't have a lot of wiggle room for you. For example, there, Teach did not get lined up on that dream block, so he had to actually dash straight up instead of up forward to make sure that he didn't encounter a death. But again, Msushi hot on his tails here. Let's see if he gets it. There you go. Msushi got it correct, so he's able to actually, you know, not waste any time and line up the dash there. TJ's out at H1. Oh, we are synced up, so that doesn't really matter. So basically right now we are synced up on in-game timer. So basically who's finishing first is going to be taking this one home, barring anything unfortunate happening. Knock on wood. But TJ's going into 1500 here. Now this one, whew, Dust Bunnies are back and they are not happy. Basically we got some very long and difficult rooms here with a lot of movement. Utilizing some of the advanced tech here, so we get 1, 2 ultras, and then 1 more for good measure. Bam, look at that. Looks so good. Let's see if Msushi can imitate or better that room. Oh no! Msushi taking a death there on that Dust Bunny, not getting. It's possible that he maybe is feeling the pressure. So he's trying to do what he can to save. Nice recovery though. Excellent move. As he heads into the home. He's now in 2000. It's again Golden Ridge all over again. So we're gonna see wind and snowballs and a few more auto scroller skips. Alright, so Teach going into the first auto-scroller portion here. Collecting that berry for good measure. Gets the auto-scroller and the wall bounce here. Moving on to the second one here. So we're going to see another skip. It's not as big as that one that we just seen, but it's going to allow TGH to hurry up and get to the top. He's going to wall bounce here and then up and out. Just like that. Beautifully done. Now, Msushi hitting this auto-scroller section 2. See him get set up here. 1, 2, he got it. Wall bounce for good measure. Oh yeah, we in there. TGH heading into the battle line boost room, or not boost, alley-oop room. My bad. Getting ready to take on the Mirror Temple portion of Summit. Msushi getting out too. So again, this might come down to 3,000, folks. Anything can happen. A lot of the strats that Teach does are very high. I wouldn't say high risk, but they're very advanced. And so the room for error is very high. And again, a death anywhere gets the opportunity. We have a lot of tough flags coming up in 3000. Most notably flag 14 and flag 13. So, oh, Teach missing the platform there, trying to ultra down. But he gets out, he gets away. He's good, he's fine. Going for this key skip here, in case you missed it the first time. Which actually you did because we demo dashed through it. Basically, once you grab a key, it's possible to hit retry and you will not lose the collectible. So, alright, so we're going to thread the needle here, heading into the door skip. What's Teach going to opt for? 1 and 2, he is out. Msushi now grabbing his key and moving forward as TGH is heading into the battle and alley-oop room here. So far, so good. He's gonna, wow. Somehow did not get his dash back, was able to send that top to get his dash. Woo, that was kind of close. Holy moly. Alright, now Msushi on door skip, folks. Don't hold your breath. Wow. That was actually I want to say that Msushi got through that a little faster than TGH, so he might have saved some time again. But he's got his work cut out for him. I think it's all going to come down to who's going to have the most composure. Basically, Sushi wants TGH to make a mistake. That's what needs to happen right now. And while he wants the mistake to occur on TGH's screen, Msushi also has to play very clean. And yes, folks, let's get the countdown going as we hit these flag checkpoints. TGH flying right now. Oh my gosh, getting through this downdraft section like it ain't nothing. He's probably gonna get in at a low 28. But again, Msushi not giving up here. Keep going. I do apologize. I do not have Msushi's PB on hand, but he might. I don't know. I'd have to see what it is. Obviously, world record right now is by TGH, which is a 29.25, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, so now TGH moving through the updraft portion here. Getting into that flag 13 that I was talking about. Where we got these door switches here. He's going to grab 1, and then 2, and a 3, and gets away. Alright, nice, nice. That jump is a little risky because if you don't time that up dash at the right moment, you could run into some spikes. And that is a very long portion that you do not want to... what's the word I'm looking for? You don't want to restart there. You lose a lot of time. Alright. Now, Sushi also running into flag 13. Let's see how he handles this here, but... Oh, Teach taking a death. That's those opportunities that I was talking about. Alright, so I got confirmation that Sushi's PB is 30-20. It's gonna be close, to be quite honest. He's gonna have to, like, really plow through the Teach in the final section here. Oh, it's alright, Sushi, you got this. Let's go, let's go. Alright, Teach in the home. Sub 30 yet again. Barring anything happens, knock on wood. Or maybe not. Maybe I'm a little too generous with my time predictions. Oh, I don't know. Let's see. I'm gonna get a sub 30 out of TGH today. Yes, we are. Teach clocking in at a 29.56, folks. Msushi very close to his PB. Oh, snap. Msushi, I'm so sorry. I feel like that I take full responsibility with my commentator curse. I apologize. Oh, still making great progress, nonetheless. I know I jinxed it. I'm so sorry. I feel so awful. I was confident that all my jinxes were done during the group portion of the tournament. I guess they decided to come back and haunt the runners yet again. Alright. Msushi now clocking in at 30-39. And again, that is just the first game. We have another one coming up. I'm going to see if we're going to be taking a break or not. Give me 1 second. All right, folks, we are going to be taking a very quick break here, just a few minutes here for the runners to kind of get composed here. This would actually be a very great opportunity, if you haven't done so already, to go ahead and give both these runners a follow. And if you are also enjoying my commentary, give me a follow too. And also, I believe we might have a special guest coming in to help commentate here. Let me double check. I'm going to see what's going on here. Thank you, Artie Walsh, for posting that up in the chat. Really appreciate that. Yeah, if you guys are really enjoying the quality of this stream, definitely give the runners a follow. They stream a lot. I stream frequently. And also, give Speed Gaming if you're not following them. Like, give them a follow, too. They run so many different games. Alright, we'll be back shortly. Give me 1 second.